Alright guys, what's going on? I'm on the check-in. Sorry I'm late. I try to keep y'all up to date, but I got my toes and everything. Now right now I know you like, yo, wherever he's at, it's dark as fuck. I know this is where we had all the bodies. Now I'm sure. Listen, what I'm getting at is, y'all seen a lot of things that was going on with me today or whatever, and it's got my shit jittering. I can't concentrate and shit. So I said, let me talk about it on camera. That'll get me back in the norm. That's my anxiety to kick in. Ain't nothing I can do about that shit, It is what it is. I walked out the door today. Just walked out the door like, yo, I'm going about my business or whatever. A homie turns around, looks at me, and says, yo, that go for you too, motherfucker. I said, what? What happened? Who the fuck is wrong with you? That's the first thing came on my lip. I swear my hand, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like, I hadn't said nothing to you. I haven't prompted you. I don't even remember having no prior interaction with you. Like, I don't know this man. You know what I mean? I'm like, yo, my man, why are you talking to me right now? And you stopped me in mid-step. Like, you know what I'm saying? I was past you damn near. You get what I'm saying? It wasn't like it was like when I first came around the corner. I was damn near past son. So I'm like, yo, what is that about? The problem is right now, there's a lot of things going on in society that ain't moving right. You understand what I'm saying? And people with passive aggressive tendencies and shit like that make it even worse. So one of the things I want to say to everybody is this, and I want to say it clear. If you somehow or another can get my story, get where I'm coming from, y'all see what I'm talking about. Listen, I had this white kid come to my door yesterday, knocked on the door, and proceed to make a threat at first, talking about, yo, if you open the door, I'm banging it down, some shit he said. And that's what grabbed my attention, because I had the headphones on. I'm always listening to beats, music, you know what I mean? Keep me in the vibe of what I do. And so I'm like, yo, son opened the door, he don't even look. He just start walking in. I'm like, yo, I put my body right there, like, yo, where the fuck are you going, money? Like, this mess with that. Now, what I really think is he was checking doors. You know what I'm saying? Seeing who do what, whatever. But I'm telling you, don't do that. Niggas set traps like that. Yeah. Come up here if you want to. Come up here if you fucking want to. Can't be fucking with people like that. Can't be fucking with people like that. I met a lot of people with YouTube, some good ones. Some turned out to be very despicable bad ones, working for the ops or however they was doing or whatever they was doing. I've had people I've talked to on YouTube be completely despicable people once I talk to them on the phone. Like, they want to navigate your life for you so they can get the bag, and the win for them is just saying, yo, I helped the nigga that was from Bad Boy Entertainment when Puff wouldn't even help him get on. I don't want that nigga. You understand what I'm saying? Now, a cash situation, that's different. I'm able to create my own options. I am very, very, very smart. Smarter than I lead on. I am not a user. I'm not a con artist. I am not a fucking philanthropist or anything like that or whatever. But in my opinion, I could have been taken out of this situation. You know what I'm saying? But y'all want me to depend on the white man. So I'm going to depend on the white man, like I said. Which brings me to this. That happened in a 24-hour cycle, 2 incidents. And I'm like, yo, you want me to go there and live up under these motherfuckers? Someone put 8 of us in a room together, all right? This goofy-ass governor has led himself to believe that everywhere is ready to be opened up in the tri-state, and it is not. Jersey got increased cases, New York got increased cases, and soon we'll hear. It's only a matter of time. The emphasis and the effort to get people to come back to Connecticut for tax revenue is something that's long lost. And as a repercussion of that, he has spent money refurbing this place that we're supposed to go to. Now, like I say again, the man said, and you hear it in the video, it's going to be 80 on the room. No fucking ain't. It's gonna be 7 of them in there because I ain't gonna be there. I don't give a fuck. I gotta sleep on a bench, nigga. I'm not gonna be there. See, that shit's a setup, so I flip out, do something, or whatever. And I can tell that by the response of homie today when I was telling him he didn't give a fuck. He didn't give a fuck. Whatever happens in there, happens in there. You see what I'm saying? I knew that from week 1. I said, oh shit, these niggas is wildin'. I didn't know it to the complexity that it is. But look here, homie. I'm not in the drug selling game. I don't have no wins for you. You know what I'm saying? And fucking with me is a very, very big mistake because everybody 30 minutes from here love me to death. You know what I'm saying? And it's hundreds of them. Listen to me if you ain't never listened to nothing I said in this video, remember that it's hundreds of them. Different nationalities and all kinds of shit. It's crazy, I'm telling you. And I'm not affiliated with nothing. This is just people that I know them, I know their families, I grew up around them, I know these people, you know? So you get an unofficial affiliation with certain shit, even if you don't want to. But fuck that, that's Flacco though. I know Flacco's mom is salty, you know what I'm saying? Fuck all that. I don't give a fuck what he did. You know what I'm saying? As long as he ain't raped no women, nothing like that or whatever. I ain't see shit. You know what I'm saying? Fuck all that. And they do it for theirs. Because I watched the man today. This man killed his girlfriend. This wasn't his wife, and it wasn't his kid. White gentleman. They kept it very under wraps. But killed his wife, killed the girl, killed the daughter. The daughter was, I think, 8 years old. Yeah. A beautiful girl, too. And then he killed himself. Killed himself. And I said to myself, okay, so here we go again. You know, there's all kinds of crazy shit happening that, let's get back to the narrative. I'm sorry, I put ballistics on my lips. To get back to the narrative, being in close quarters with motherfuckers you don't have to be, motherfuckers that don't have the same hygiene as you, motherfuckers that you know, they ask some motherfuckers to take a lice bath before they come there. What you ask some motherfuckers to take a lice bath before they come there for? That means something wrong with the spot we at. I know. I ain't gonna hold you. I know. See what I'm saying? I'ma still be nice and cool and everything like that when I'm up out of this. But one thing is definitely clear for me. I am not for this all for the culture shit blindly with motherfuckers. Because what I see the culture support and what they screaming is 2 different things. I see you support Papas and the royal food and, you know, shit like that. The royal food. Y'all congratulate and thank the Papas, the jokesters, the ha-ha, the hee-hee-hers, the key-key-keyers. And then the people that really, really, really deserve it. I'm talking about beyond myself. Fuck just myself. That's narcissistic. No, beyond myself. Because I've seen this in many. I saw a brother that's trying to, he had to go fund me to get himself, what's the name, a van for his wheelchair. You know what I'm saying? He's going to have to be in a wheelchair while he's trying to learn how to walk again. You know what I'm saying? His shit was like at $9 grand. The van he want 50,000. You know what I'm saying? If y'all ask him. He's black. Where the rappers at for that? You see what I'm saying? See, I know this business better than most. And the reason I know it because I was in it so long. And I know there's enough money there that you could probably put, let's say, projectively, either the same amount of a check okay, so let's see. I believe the total stimulus for the $1,400 payments was somewhere around about 518 million or something like that. But I think the number is 518 million. when you just subtract that from that, according to Forbes, when you subtract that from the current African American population, it sits somewhere around 15%. When you put that in trajectory here in the United States, that's cut of that is somewhere, I believe, around 100 and something billion or something like that. It's very low. It's not that much. And you could do the same thing or possibly even offer more. Now, I know there's more than $101 billion in the hip-hop industry. I was brought up 17 years. I saw motherfuckers take all kinds of money and do all kinds of shit. I would never say no names. Don't ever ask me under, oh, fuck you. But it happened. And like I said, we've had decade after decade now. I count 3 in totality, really. Maybe 4 possibly. Maybe even 5. Because when we go back to, I even say 6, 7. Because we go back to Ella Fitzgerald's period. We go back to, what's his sister's name? They just did a movie on her. Jesus Christ, what is her name? She lived in Europe. It's gonna cut to my name. It's gonna cut to my head in a minute. Beautiful woman though, but both of them. Since the times of that, it's all a bit about glorification, perception of that glorification of the worst things. Rock and roll followed, blues, the country music movement, the bluegrass turned to country. It did the same thing. It made some of the biggest alcoholics and nowadays meth heads from what we see in the rural America across the nation. I can't do that. I can only do a city or a mid-sized city. I am not no small town guy. I like the city I live in now. The city is beautiful. I love the people here for the most part. There's some assholes too, but I just don't like this side of town. But I lived on the other side of town before. This is the first time I've ever been on this side of town. Swear to God, never had a reason to come over here. I'm being honest. And where I lived in, the trajectory to this since coming back from New York is very different. The dynamic is very different. But I like here because there is a sense of community. And I like that. Anywhere you live at, if they don't have a sense of community or pride in that community, don't live there. You're only going to see it dilapidate and turn sour little by little. I want you at that. And with that, I say this. Speaking of sour apples ruining the bunch, it's a lot of motherfuckers that are rewarding bad behavior. Bitches putting glue in their hair and acting like they didn't know what they was doing, but they had the same hoodie, same hairstyle on in both videos before and after, which she claims was a month later. Y'all ain't peeped that, huh? I peeped that. Chicks falling off with strip poles and getting $20,000 within, what was it, 72 hours, and ultimately got something like $78,000. Y'all reward stupidity. But if you start rewarding ingenuity, dignity, and perseverance, you'll see something very different. Now, those are articles of the military, but they hold true in societies worldwide. You have to have a doctrine and an order of doctrine. And if you don't, well, you will cease to exist. You will have a highlight. See, the Romans and many other societies, they had their high points where they were the most rich. Even the Nubians when they ruled over Egypt. Okay? Even the Nubians when they ruled over Egypt. They had a period. The Syrians and many other people ruled over Egypt. Keep that in mind. If you ever get into a conversation with a historian, they will eat you alive with that. And you could try to prove that only Nubians ruled over Egypt, but that is very wrong. That's very wrong. And they came in a latter period. But the places that Africans ruled over in Africa, now that's a different story. That's a different story. And I'm talking about Central Africa, not North Africa like Egypt is. Not damn near going into, the Middle East. And I'm talking about there. One time Egypt played the trade route for slaves. Don't forget that before you boast and hold it so high. Slaves built the pyramids. See, when you speak of the word slave, slave is not a word that's indicative of one culture. This goes for white people too, if you're watching. You know this, Irish. The word itself, ghetto, comes from the Jewish name that was put upon them, was short name that was put upon them from the region they lived in, and they put what was the Jews. This is true in Italy. The word ghetto comes, and it's an Italian word. It's a portion of the city in which the Jewish immigrants that immigrated were fleeing from, I forgot what particular conflict at the time. But they'll come to mind, I'll insert it or type it in. But it was there that, you know, you saw that happen. And somehow or another, these terms from slaves intermingle themselves. You know, they have different terms for different ones. The point is, their valuability as cargo, because that's what you were known as, we, us, cargo. The cargo, which are in the ship manifest. I don't know if many of y'all know this, but if you ever seen the movie Amistad, the town that I was in, the ship actually came there. And there's a plaque for it. There's a huge plaque for it. I even have a picture where I took, I'll insert it. I have a picture that I took here where I'm actually at Amistad Pier. And that's where the ship had came in from far out in the sound. And they dragged the ship into land. And this is a customs house, which was a courthouse. They have documents in there. Later on, they had the trial right up the street in New Haven. But if you watch the movie, I think they added in there somewhere or another. It's miraculous how things change. But for the better or the worse. You have to stop congratulating and applauding and rewarding for clout, for bragging rights, for this pure stupidity, for goofs. Because the goofier you seem to society, the less of a threat and easier you look to take out. My links are in the description. I may not be with y'all for a minute. Like I said, I'm taking over from that area. That shit is bad vibes, like water, and it's going to get worse. Close vicinity for that would be this disastrous. I am not living in close quarters with people. I'm not here to preach no more. You know, it is what it is. It's a shame, but I'm always on my best behavior in there. I don't bother nobody. I don't speak to no one. I don't speak to no one. Unless I gotta speak to the staff, I don't speak to no one. You know? And I make sure I stay on my P's and Q's because I don't like problems. You see? I never like problems. Problems are unnecessary. So, you know, I always make it a thing to try to evaluate myself. Now, they want this water get up at 10 in the morning. I'm gonna see what happens or whatever. But ultimately, yo, I gotta take it. So I can't do that no more. They wasn't gonna do nothing. They have you sitting there for another 2 months, 3 months, maybe possibly longer. I don't have that in me to deal with these people. You know, I've been through all kinds of shit. You know, shootings happening across the street from me, all kinds of shit. You know, and I'm no stranger to that. But you know, nigga too old to be going through shit like that. You know what I'm saying? I ain't no old nigga, but like I'm too old to be in environments like that, you feel me? Like, and nobody should want you in an environment like that if you say you for the people and all that shit, you know, like I would think. But, you know, let's give 20,000 to a broad to put glue in her hair. That's what's up. You know what I mean? That's the culture. So like I said, I'm gonna have to take my show. Well, I already taken my show somewhere else. Shout out to Annette Foster, she found me. You know what I'm saying? Patrice, I got you too. You know, the show over there is different. I started another show. Oh, you gotta start a new show. You know? You never keep the same show. That's what motherfuckers says. They'll sign off or whatever in the comment section. They'll say shit like, oh, well, I was subscribed to you because you were telling your story. You think I want to talk about this shit every day? Why you think I do comedy and shit like that? I don't talk about that shit every day. Why aren't you doing this? Why you doing it? Because I don't know what I'm going to do. Like the place they're trying to take us to is all the way on the other side of town. You know what I'm saying? And I knew it. I said, it's about to get warm. That new motherfucking check getting ready to come out. They're going to try to get rid of niggas. I knew it. So, we're going to find out what happens. But I'll keep y'all up to date at least until in the morning. After that, I'll probably signing off of here. I ain't fucking with this no more. So, it's been a pleasure for a minute. You know what I'm saying? I'll probably check in here and there. You know what I mean? But right now, I got to keep it moving. You know what I'm saying? And do what I got to do. You know what I mean? And I've been giving thought to it anyway. You know what I'm saying? So, definitely know what I mean. Real G's out there know what I mean. You gotta do one of them moves, because the folks ain't gonna help you. That's for damn sure. They only applaud your drama, dysfunction. I saw Mona Scott complaining, talking about, they only complain about my show and all the drama I do. You know, Stevie J ex. What's that chick's name? Stevie, whatever the fuck her name is, I forgot. She's that forgettable for me. But shout out to her, because she's a pretty woman. But I just forgot her name, because that was his baby mom. They had their own shit going on. Jocelyn, that's her name. Jocelyn Hernandez. Shout out to her. Salud, mamita, para mí, tú sabes, claro. You know what I mean? I just, she called out Mona and said Mona was fucking everybody in the cast and all kinds of shit. I don't know. But that's on Twitter for y'all to find. You know what I mean? I might insert it out. That's what she said. I don't know. Mona's married, So I'm intrigued by the comment and why be so bold. And you've been part of the system of Mona Scott Young for a long time. That's why I even coattailed it when I talk about the music industry. A lot of people ask me, why you don't talk about the music industry? Because my info ain't fucking free. Fuck all that. You know what I mean? Fuck all that. I ain't jumping on this motherfucker like all the rest of these niggas. I saw a nigga give Lord Jamal $100 of that. I said, what the fuck you giving Lord Jamal $100 for? That nigga got residuals from his records coming. I ain't hating. I'm just asking. Damn, for clout, huh? I get it. Shit crazy. Alright, y'all, links in the description. I'll let y'all know what happened. Maybe some good shit or whatever. Stop being narcissistic and look at things only in your view. You know what I'm saying? Try to look at them through the eyes of someone else. You might see differently. That's all I say. Like I said, all them links and all that, GoFundMe, PayPal, Stringer Bell 80 on the Cash App, all that's in the links in the description, and pin comment also in the description box. So if y'all want to check that out, do that, whatever. Might give me a talk more, but I ain't talking about giving y'all gems, man. I was in the music business for 17 years. I might give shit for free. Fuck that. You know what I'm blah 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 blah. That's why I talk about myself. See? Myself. Alright, y'all. Later.